little sugar this morning, brought to you by Mr. Wilson Pickett. Cool little version. Not the Archies, but still a nice, fun song. And joining us this morning to talk about sugar and Peeps is Mr. Bill Logan. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Luke. I'm great.
Peep Show is here already, huh?
Yes. Once again, get out those marshmallows, glue them together, make a diorama, make a sculpture, make a statement, make something, and bring it on down to the YWCA Saturday and put it in our little show. It's a wonderful time. It's a wonderful family occasion. We get hundreds of people coming through to see what has been made with Peeps and to get ideas for the next Peep Show, I guess, because I know I look at things and go, wow, that's incredible. Why didn't I think of that?
So how many years has this been going on now?
This is the 5th annual Peep Show.
That is amazing.
It is.
So 5 years, looking
Yes.
back at the first year, could you imagine like some of the creations you would have seen? Because it's amazing what people put together.
I honestly, and I say this on record, I was doubtful. I was a doubting Thomas. I did not think this turkey was going to fly. I thought we were going to hold a party and no one would come. And I was pleasantly surprised at how wonderful the dioramas and the sculptures were. And everything from little kids using 3 or 4 Peeps in a small paper diorama to teams of people getting together and seeing how many hundreds of Peeps they could get on one spot. So yeah, it's the creativity with something that is not user friendly. Honestly, is amazing, and I say that as an artist and a frustrated Peep sculptor.
When you're dealing with hot glue and marshmallow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah. There's pain involved in my end. Now, that's only because I'm stupid enough to think I got a good grip on it, and I have poor vision, so, sometimes I don't see where that glue is. So every once in a while, there's a little attached. I really do get attached to my work when I'm putting things together, but you do not have to use hot glue to adhere Peeps.
you said I think one time toothpicks are.
Toothpicks work really well. You can put a Peep to a toothpick and put it through cardboard or foam board, which foam board has been around for 40 years. It's a really nice product to work with because you can glue to it, you can paint it, you can marker it, and you can cut it, and you can stick toothpicks in it with Peeps.
Sounds
And
like
Bill-
nailing Jell-O to a wall.
Yeah, basically.
Bill, we should also mention you're with the Titusville Council on the Arts.
Yes, I am.
So
Yes.
you're not just coming in off the street.
No,
doing some marshmallow.
I'm not somebody they just wandered in here. I have
We get those, but
Yes, I have an agenda. I have a reason to be here. I want to promote the Council of the Arts and this wonderful program. Now, it is a fundraiser. The purpose of this is that people do have to pay $5 to enter their whatever they've created, their creation, and along with that, they get several voting tickets, and those voting tickets can be used to decide who's the most popular Peep artist that we have that year. But we have different categories, so it isn't just whoever can spend the most money and most time wins. There are different categories. And along with that, for other people entering, you can buy more voting tickets. So if you've got a lot of friends and family, you've got a good chance of winning.
not only do you get folks to participate by submitting their Peeps, but you get a lot of people who just want to walk through and look at these displays.
Yes, because it's an awesome time of spring. We have all this color. We have all these three-dimensional dioramas and sculptures and flat work, too. I was so impressed that the first year somebody made about a 4-foot by 5-foot rendition of one of my favorite paintings, Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh. And they held very true to that painting as much as they could using marshmallow Peeps.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's pretty neat. My other point being, too, that this is a family occasion. It is a time for people. We've been bottled up in the throes of winter for the last 5 months. Snow started in mid-November, and though it's been a pretty light winter, the birds are singing, the sun's out, the bugs are buzzing. It's time to get outside and enjoy a little bit of downtown.
It smells like
Titusville.
spring.
It smells like spring, and along with that, we can connect this with the YWCA is now hosting the town Easter egg hunt. Ooh. So it's actually a twofer. So people can come down, have their children run around, get some eggs at the YWCA with their little baskets, and then once all of that fun is over, they can come on in and check out the Peep Show. Meet the Easter Bunny, get their picture taken with the Easter Bunny. So it's just a wonderful time of spring in Titusville. This Saturday, April 8th, starting at, the Peep Show starts at 10.
So get your displays together, and really, it doesn't take long. It could take as much time as you want. It could take hours. It could take an hour.
An hour, yes.
It's a time to get creative, and I know you like that aspect of it.
I love it because as somebody I've worked in three-dimensional whimsical art for most of my life as an elementary art teacher, but I have this saying that when you have a vision, and it's your own vision, you have tunnel vision. And it's really a good idea when other people can come in and when a family affair gets in on it, you can tell when little kids help parents and parents help little kids, and groups of people get in on an idea and help cement it together. And what if we did it this way? And this isn't working. Give me an idea. I like to see groups working at this because a lot of people think, I have absolutely no talent. I can't draw a straight line. Well, that's a cop-out. Anybody can. When we were little kids, we picked up sticks and played with sticks. This stick was now something important. It was a wand. It was a gun. It was a bow. It was a spear. It was something. We picked up anything that we could to play with it. And I like to think you can still do that with Peeps.
Well, you talk about a family affair. I remember last year, our kids, Amy, myself, would walk by and help out. And, so we were involved. Mm-hmm. The Titusville Fire Department almost got involved because the hot glue gun was left plugged in overnight. So it sort of brought everybody together. So it was really nice.
Talk about whimsy.
Yeah. So Peep Show and the Easter egg hunt is this Saturday at the YWCA. So get involved with that. Mm-hmm. You're also coming into the summer concert series time and HOTA Fest. So let's start with the summer concerts in June.
Okay, we have a lineup of 9 bands, 7 of which have been return bands that we've really enjoyed. We can tell when the crowd is super pleased with a band. And when there's a good chemistry, when you can tell, when people are up there and they're making music that the crowd wants to hear, that it's a winner. We do have 2 newcomers to the venues this year, which is the Maple String Band, which is more of a folk bluegrass band, which kind of ties into our HOTA Fest, as well as another band that I can't think of the name of. I don't have the list. Honestly, I'm here just for color commentary. And actually, Icorn Thompson, something must have happened to her today, so she would have had the list and everything. But we do, 7 of the bands are people that are returning, like Carl Olson and Friends, Joe's Sunroom, Necessary Experience, Fine Till Friday, the Gem City Jazz Band.
Wow.
These are some of the 5 that I can think of right off the top of my head that we're going to have back on Monday
It's always,
night.
It's funny because you walk through on a Monday night, and there's people from all over Northwest Pennsylvania who come to these concerts.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah. As some of these different people have followings from around the area.
But they also like how it's done here.
Yeah.
Speaking of whimsy and such, it's not just the bands. There's classes and things like that. Folks make their own instruments and music and what have you.
At the HOTA Fest, yes.
Yeah.
Mark, we were talking about the Monday night concerts. Now we'll segue into HOTA Fest.
Thanks for the segue, Mark. Yes, because the HOTA Fest...
Sorry.
That's all right. Oh, no, I was on the concert.
You're not making the instruments at the Monday night concerts.
Right. Okay, never mind.
But HOTA Fest is a big event, and that's coming up in July.
Yes. Heart of the Arts Festival. It's pretty much, for those that don't understand the term, it's pretty much for folk music, the music that, honestly, our Appalachian ancestors brought into the hills of... the entire Appalachian chain, and back when the only way to entertain yourself was with making music. The number 1 instrument in the 1800s, do you know what it was, Luke?
I don't.
It was a fiddle. The fiddle was the number 1 instrument because it was small, it could be carried. It's pretty tough to drag a piano over the mountains. If you're, I often look as I cross our state, and I'm down around Penn State, and I look at those high ridges that run for miles, and I think of the pioneers that thought, how am I going to get past that?
But they did.
But they did. They got around it. They got past it. They made it up here, and they brought their music with them. And so it's pretty much the folk music that started all of Americana music. And I have a derogatory term for it. I call it clunky plunky music because I think of the banjo picking and such. But it's more than that. It's dulcimers. It's string instruments. It's ukuleles. It's a lot of guitars. It's singing, how to properly sing in some of these old genres, as well as the visual arts.
Well, a lot of times, too, I mean, whatever they had lying around, if they could make it sound good,
yes,
or if they could add that sound to whatever they were playing, they just incorporate it.
Right.
Jugs, barrels, cans.
Jugs, barrels, and that's what we get to, Mark, with making your own instruments. We've had people make cigar box banjos and canjos. There are. I've done a class on. Took this from Robert Cartney of making clay whistles.
Oh wow!
And that's something we have the high school kids work on for a full week just to get the thing to tweet. And I got one time I got 13 people to have a working whistle in an hour. That was a struggle. I'd help on that one, and I'm not that good, so it was the blind leading the blind. But
8:22. This is the Morning Drill on Stream Television, Armstrong, and the Allegheny News Talk Sports Network. So when people are looking to sign up to attend HOTA Fest, how's that done? I mean, there's classes that they can sign up for. They can come and pick what they want. They should try it all. How's that work?
The best and easiest way, especially for anybody that wants to be involved, is to buy the weekend ticket package, which I believe is, I think it's $60 in advance. That allows you to take any of the classes that are sponsored. That allows you to attend the festivities. Our concerts are free on Friday night. But this year we have Sarah Watkins, who's a famed folk person. We are charging $20 at the door if somebody just wants to come and see her. And we will have people that will come specifically just for her concert. But if you attend for the weekend, then you get the entire package, including Sarah. So concerts on Friday night are free with Rachel Eddy. Rachel was with us last year and really did a wonderful job. She liked HOTA Fest. She stayed through the whole thing and helped us. Yeah, she participated with the hymn sing on Sunday as well as teaching classes. So we have her in returning. We have Kathy Fink and Marcy Markser. For those in the know, I don't know any of these people. It's not really my style, but because I'm involved with the arts, I'm there promoting it and helping it and putting it on.
I know, you live in the mountains, but
I live in a valley.
Don't listen to it.
I took our brochures to a friend's party down outside of Lancaster, and he does quite a lot of folk singing. And I asked him, would you know anybody that'd be interested in this? And found out he just bought a dulcimer, and he belongs to a dulcimer club. He looked at the HOTA Fest brochure and he went, "Oh, I know her, and I know them, and I know them." And he's from He's from 250 miles away.
Wow.
And I said, could you put these around? He said, I'll take these to my dulcimer club. So it was like, oh, hey, cool. But for somebody from that far away to know these people, I felt honored. I felt really good.
I have heard that, yes, that these people are like the rock stars, in that genre.
Yes.
So, I mean, these are top musicians.
Yes, they really are.
And there's a lot of people that don't listen to bluegrass music, but appreciate the talent that goes into it. If you watch anybody play, it's amazing.
Oh yes, when they I look at the violin and fiddle as an absolute horror to play if you don't know what you're doing. Basically, you can hit a drum and you feel like you're getting a drum sound. Right. You can touch a piano and you feel like you're getting piano sounds. You don't pull a bow right on a string on a violin or fiddle. You've got agony. Right. And for those people to hit that so perfect and so beautiful.
So fast.
Yeah, and fast, too. So it's one of those things, if you've never attended, it's well worth the visit. So come down to University of Pitt on July 14th and 16th and see what we're about at the HOTA.
And folks can get more information by visiting HOTAFest.com, HOTA Fest.com. HOTAFest.com is where you can go to get the information, and the lineups are there. And to pull off an event like this, Bill, is not an easy task. It takes a lot of volunteers and a lot of hours go into this, as you know. But you're also pulling from the local talent we have here.
Yes.
There's so many local folks who can perform or know how to play, so they get involved and they help teach classes or they help get things set up. So that's good that we have that pool here in Northwest Pennsylvania.
Yes, and we've had many of the people that teach classes have taught over the last 5 years. We've been working the HOTA, and they'll do. If they're into string instruments, they might teach guitar lessons, guitar styles of the 1800s, and next year they might be doing it at a different venue. And it's like me, I try to do a different art or craft project every year, and so I try to kick it up, because the first year I did a lot of wood carving, and I had every class was filled. The next year it thinned out, probably because I saturated the group. So every year I try to put on something else. Now that I've said that, I haven't come up with anything yet this year. So,
well, you have some time, but
I have a little time
fast.
to work on. Yes, it's going to involve paint. That's all I know. I might do something like that. I don't know. That's very much a classic Claude Monet blurry thing you got going on over there. For those that don't know what I'm talking about, there's this little 2-foot by 8-foot panel over here of abstract blotches. It's wonderful.
And they're behind you too. The 2 panels behind.
Oh, they are, aren't they? Okay, so you can see them back there. All right.
Yeah. It's really, this is the start of a big summer season for you guys.
Yes.
With this Saturday is the Peep Show.
Peep
and
Show.
The Easter egg hunt at the YWCA. You're going to go right into. Oh, you also have youth theater coming up. Auditions for that next month.
Yes. We already, in anticipation of a very large.
Would you have like 70-some kids last year?
Yes. In anticipation of large casts now, we have to choose theater plays that will allow us to have large casts. So when we start months ago looking at children's theater play scripts, if they say cast of 10 to 15, they're out. I mean, we've got to have something that allows our directors to get a lot of children involved in the theater. And it's an absolutely wonderful occasion, my gosh, to have all those kids, all those little bodies coordinated, because when you're dealing with children that are under the age of 10, it's like trying to herd fish. It doesn't work well, but our directors, Ben Snyder and Abby Preston, have done a fantastic job. I've had fun doing some of the background scenery and seeing if I can make things work without possibly falling on a child and hurting them. I worry about any time that there could be anything that could possibly go wrong, because if there is a way for it to go wrong, it will. Luckily, nothing of mine is broken or fallen apart during the theater. Things are broken before, but not during. So,
well, what's your thoughts when you see, Oil City, welcoming artists to their community and really starting to push that? When obviously here in Titusville, there's been a history of the arts and getting kids involved, and between youth theater and summer theater and all these other events in Meadville, you've got a good art culture there. Are you impressed by that when you're looking at the region as a whole?
Oh yes, I look at it as and I take a great deal of pride in this. That in this area we have wonderful small town Americana values that promote families getting involved and getting their children out and doing things in a community center. When I look at people that I know that have grown up in suburbia, they have absolutely no connection to anybody in their area. They're a non-entity. They don't belong to groups. They don't go to a town function because they don't have a town. And I really feel we've got a wonderful sense of identity with these things that connect us with all the culture and arts that what we have in our
either towns. That or we're so far from those big cities that we just have to entertain each other.
Yeah. Well, that's true too. Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Bill, thank you for all you do and what the Arts Council does. Peep Show is this Saturday at the YWCA, so get involved. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. It was nice being had.
Final look at news coming up next.
Girl, and you got me wanting you. I just can't believe the loveliness of loving you.